problem. And so our children must go back. And I know that our teachers try hard and they must be compensated as well. I believe that when schools progress, not only the students must be rewarded, but the teachers as well. It is my belief that in the next government, our education will reflect lessons in music and art. We should use this as a stepping stone for economic development, because when we develop our music and our art, we bring attention to our country. We would not have to, during Carnival, to bring in so many foreign entertainers, and the money would stay in Anguilla. I also believe that we should have a technical school. You see, my ambition is not to satisfy the country first. It is to satisfy District 1 first. We can deal with the country later, because that is the way it has happened with us. So we're going to take care of those things. Training in all positions possible. We must train our children not only academically, but in skills. Skills that they can use in hotels. Skills that they can use in engineering and other technical skills. So that when our projects come here, when foreign investors come here, they can shove us around and decide who they're going to bring. Because we are prepared. We are armed. And we must prepare the young people of Island Harbor, the young people of Welches, the young people of every hill and hamlet, the next generation to take control. We must not sit in government for years and years until we feel the next thing to do is roll over or go to sleep. But we must provide opportunity, hope, and the fulfillment of your dreams. Also, we must not put all our eggs in one basket. Diversification of the economy is important. We must, in this district, focus on fishing and agriculture. There is a necessity to develop deep water fishing, protection of our fishing waters, ensuring the safe communication for all fishermen. Revenue collection from foreign fishing in Anguillan waters, there must be a way to do that. As well, our government should encourage different types of farming. The government, ladies and gentlemen, that gives so much to the tourist industry during Carnival, $700,000, $800,000, and gives so much to other entertainment areas as well. They should also subsidize the fishing and farming industry. Island Harbor is ripe with fishermen. Why is it that the government cannot assist the fishermen? They do it for tourism, and they don't get back a cent. And also, one thing of concern is health care. I believe that when our elderly have served our country, they should have free basic health care for the disabled, for infants and the elderly. But I said, you will ask, where is all this money going to come from? I said to you, the first thing is to put Anguilla back on track, to make sure that the procedure of duty-free concessions is looked into differently. There must be free health care for those on welfare, and providing better services at lower costs for those who cannot afford it. No one must be turned down or turned away from the emergency room. My candidacy, ladies and gentlemen, is about putting Anguilla first. To do that, once the economy is on track, I believe that the government at this time should build an administrative complex to help stimulate the economy, to employ locals and avoid huge rental costs over the long run. We should discuss the possibility of employment benefits for employees who pay into the system. These things are important. I come to you to say that there are so many things and so many plans. There are so many things and so many plans. But a government must plan. It is imperative that a government plans and plans well. My people of this district and all Anguillians, our country can no longer rely on anything less than the best possible leadership. I'm determined to provide this leadership wherever it is possible. I don't think that we can continue with political puppetry. And I believe that what we have today is an opportunity to place people to represent our district. The people of the district of Island Harbor, from Welch's to the Pond Ground, will know. They will know that the records show that there are 116 voters in Welch's, roughly. There are 675 voters in Island Harbor, roughly. There are about 112 voters in the Pond Ground. There are about 45 voters, White Hill and Johnstone. There are about 75 voters over on Eastern Pond side. When you add it all up, nobody is going to convince me that the Anguilla United Front will win a seat in this district. I want my family, I want my friends, I want those I taught in school to realize one thing. I delivered for you before. 35 years in the education department all over the club. And I am not bringing anyone on the podium to say, buenas noches, ¿qué pasó? ¿Cómo está? Yo quiero a usted, las personas de otro lado del mundo, aprender. Yo quiero tu infantes a la escuela, no problema. You can ask yourself these questions. Who would I choose to lead the next generation of youths through this period of economic instability? Who would I use to ensure that there are stadiums in this district where our kids and our young people can perform? What is it that we don't understand? What is it that we don't know about getting our young people involved, providing employment for them so that they would not get in trouble? My grandmother, Esther Webster, used to say, the devil has work for idle hands to do. How can we blame our youth when we do not prepare for them? We must help them through their developmental stages. We must help them to point them towards God, towards service. We must help them in school. We must be there for them in their homework and their assignments. We must praise them, lift them up. Because I believe that part of the development of a child is simple and straightforward. You strengthen them and reward them for that which is good, and know how to deal with them for that which is not. And I say, who would I entrust to reconstruct an education system to effectively deal with the growing crises in our schools? Who would I choose to ensure health care for the elderly, disabled, and those who cannot afford it? Ladies and gentlemen, these tasks cannot be given to one who's unsure, inexperienced, incompetent, unprepared, or out of his or her comfort zone. You cannot come to government out of your comfort zone. I must confess that some say I have no experience. I have no experience. What is 8 years of teaching in Anguilla compared with teaching 1 or 2 lawyers and having them leave and be successful on their own? But I say, education is the base for all manner of opportunities in life. If there's no education, there's no opportunity. And I say that no one is going to take me by the hand and say, do this. No one is able to take me by my hand and say, this is it, or else.